Some people are facing issues. Okay. Then we'll start with the session.
Okay, so we'll move to our next topic. Suresh, what happened? I did not got you, Suresh. I'm just checking what is our next topic. Okay, the next topic is phase life cycle. Okay, so this is one of the most important interview question for ASP.NET. I mean, for any technology that may be MVC or .NET Core, Web API, ASP.NET, everywhere, they will ask the page life cycle. I mean, what is page life cycle? Simple. So when we start our application and we'll access some data, we'll log in or we'll access some data. So then what will happen? And after that, the request will happen, how the response will generate, all kind of operations, how that is happening within that application. So that is what page life cycle. So then what is page life cycle and how it is working in ASP.NET? So that's what we'll see now. Okay, first point is page request. What is that? Page request. Checks whether the version of the page send response without running the page. Okay, so first of all, page request. What is page request? Okay. Okay. So first of all, whenever user types the URL, so first it will check whether it is a valid URL or not. So if that is a valid URL, and so then what will happen? Page request will be accepted. Okay. Then start event will be fired. Okay. So what will happen here in the start? It will set the properties such as request, response, and UI culture. Like, See, whenever we are seeing, so in ASP.NET, we cannot see how the request will happen, how the response will be generated, or what is the next phase event. That kind of operations we cannot observe, but in MVC, we can observe all those things, like how that what is the starting point of MVC means. There is one file called global.asax file. From there, it will go to route config file. From there, it will redirect to controller. From there, it will redirect to some action method. But in ASP.NET, we don't have that feasibility, but still, okay, theoretically, we can see that. So now start will happen. So someone tell me, like, so if you see that in page lifecycle in Google, so they will give init, pre-render, pre-init, so many things will come. Don't follow them. So my recommendation is this 5 steps, whatever we have seen here, this 6 steps is enough. That's what I always feel. So whenever you go for interview, even when I am going for interview, so I always answer this question only if someone asks me question on what is page life cycle or something. Okay. So now what is the first step? Page request. Page request. What will happen here? So it will whenever user enters the URL, whenever user enters the, it will check whether the request is valid or not. That's it. Okay. Just give me a second.
Recording in progress. So I'm speaking on mute. Okay. Okay. So sorry. Last time the recording was not happening. That's the reason I started recording. Okay, fine. So that's fine. So now that's what Suresh was asking. Maybe recording was not started. Yes, recording started now. And so I was speaking on mute. Sorry, I will explain from the beginning again. Okay, Thank you for informing me. So first thing, page request. What will happen? Check whether the version of the page, whatever you entered. So for example, if you people see here, so when you enter www.google.com, then what will happen? The Google website will come. So similarly, here, if you enter some invalid address, then what will happen? This request is invalid. Yes or no? Yes or no? So whether the user enter so it will verify whether it is a valid URL or invalid URL. That is what it is doing. So browser is what? Client side. So that means it always verify in client side only, Garima. Okay. And the next step is start event. So it will set the properties such as request, response, and post back UI culture. Anyone have idea on is post back culture? What is that mean, Garima? Okay, I will explain. No. Okay. So do you people observe? See, for example, if I try to open Facebook, FESE, then what is happening? So because it is coming directly, it is coming. When I enter the URL, it will open the Facebook. Okay. Similarly, I'm opening private browser. So incognito mode. Anyone know what is this incognito mode? Ajay, I don't know where you have seen, but that is correct. Ajay, where you have seen? Actually, that is our next. Okay. So somewhere, Ajay, I don't know from where you got the answer, but that is correct. And that is exactly matching to my answer also. Okay. So fine. So when I enter facebook.com, what is happening? So immediately it will load like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? So it will load like that. But when I'm opening the same URL for first time, then what will happen? Okay. So it requires login, it needs user ID, password, and everything. So that means okay. Okay. I was just kidding, Ajay. So if the request is for first time, it will take little time. If the request is already we have searched in our browser or something, then what will happen? It will take from the post back. Post back is nothing but if we entered one URL for more than one time, or see if we are entering that web page for first time, so then it will take little time for what? For loading web page related, request response related, and so there will be some header, footer will be there, master page will be there. See, this is what footer. So this is common in every page, right? So similarly, there will be some header. So when you open this facebook.com, then what will happen here? Notification, messages, friend request, and everything, that is like a header. So whichever page you go, that header will be same. So then what will happen? So first time whenever you are requesting for particular website, then what will happen? All these things needs to load from the beginning, from zero, and it will take little time. If that is from post back, that means if you already requested or if you already accessed that website or that web page, then what will happen? It won't take that much time for loading. Okay, so whenever you are entering the start, so when page request successful, like if when user enters it will verify whether that is for first that is valid URL or not, so then what will happen? So if that is valid URL, then start event will fire. It will provide it will check for request, response, postbug UI culture and everything. And then after that, initialization event will fire. What is initialization event means? So simple. Initialization means it will load like our web page properties like master page, themes. So whatever we have applied in our web page, like what is master page? So master page means if you feel some code can be reused multiple times, that is what called as master page. The example for master page is so simple. This footer. So this footer we can keep a master page, and this content, these things won't change every time. So whatever the content we will use in every page, whatever the content we'll use in every page. So if you feel so this header is always same, so then what you will think, so this header will be same. So I'm just moving towards this page, so this header is same. I'm clicking on this one, this header is same. I'm clicking on something else, this header is same. That means what is happening here? Simple. So this can be reused in multiple web pages. So when this can be reused in multiple web pages, then people tell me, so do we need to write that code in every page? No, right? So that is what reusable code. That's how we'll design this master page. Okay, master page in MVC we will call it as layout page, or we have partial view concept. So that kind of concepts will be used for reusability purpose. So now what will happen in this initialization? So simply it will identify the it will set and identify the master page or themes. So everything. Okay, up to this point, so there is no UI loading. Okay, so just it is, so first what is happened, first step what happened here, it is just checking whether the version of the page is valid or not. That's it. If that is valid, it will go to start event. In the start event, what it is doing, so it will provide one request instance, one response instance, and it will check whether that is loading from postback or first time. Enough, that is done. Now initialization, then what will happen? So see, the page related, like styles. So when I open the Facebook, so what will happen? People see it now fsce.com. So because if your internet is so fast, it is coming within seconds. Otherwise what will happen? So if you people remember, like 3-4 years back, the Facebook design was different. Like here the blue color bar used to be there. So then what will happen if your internet is slow? Then what will happen? Can someone tell me? So first this blue color bar will load, slowly load. After that, what will happen? So this content will load. After that, this will load. After that, finally, slowly, this footer will load. Okay. So if you scroll down, like that, all the content slowly, it will load. That means what will happen? So the first page properties means, I strongly believe that is master page. That is what common code. So the header, whatever we have, slowly the footer will load, and slowly the body will load. Yes or no? Anyone observed some like some 3-4 years back? Anyone observed? Because of this initialization property. So first what will load, each control and ID master page, all the things will be applied to the page. Now load. During the load, if the request is so here we identified whether the request is postback request or first time request. If that is postback request, then you will get more faster output. Otherwise, it will take 1 second extra, maybe 2 seconds extra. Okay. So, sir, so here postback came, here postback came, here postback came. What is this postback, sir? If people don't need to worry, our immediate topic is postback only. I will explain postback property with real-time example, with one example, so that people will understand. Okay. So So again, so during the load time, if if that request is for post back, then what will happen? So it will take so it don't take much time, it will directly give the output. If that is for first time, what will happen? All the properties will load and it will take some time, and after that it will load. Okay. And then what happened? Now our web page loaded here. Now what will happen? So rendering will happen. What is rendering? If you are moving from one page to another page, like home to like front request to some other page to some other page, then that is what called as rendering. So and finally what will happen? Unload. Okay. Unload. What is unload? So when you stop browsing that website, when you close the browser or something, the all the renderings will stop and everything will be stopped, and cleanup activity will be performed. That's it. So now I will explain from the beginning. So first, from the beginning, I will explain one more time. Okay. First, page request. So page request. So simple. www.facebook.com. So if that is valid URL, first it will verify whether that is valid URL or not. So for example, if I am entering some invalid thing here, then page cannot be reached like this, we'll get that. So this will happen in client side in user browser. Okay, that is done. So the next step is, so start event will fire. What is start event? So first it will set the request response post back UI culture. So it will set all the properties and it will check for them. So for example, see, if you are see, sir, what is this request, sir? What is this response, sir? Why we need, sir? See, simple. So when I'm opening this facebook.com, then what will come in this website mind? So what should it will display like? Okay, I need to go for what? Login page. So I need to go for login page. So here one request instance will be created. Request instance means what? Request object. Okay, so all the request, whatever you for that particular session, this request object will take care for you what request needs to be initialized and what response should be rendered and what is the final output. Everything will taken care from start event. Okay, now initialization. What is initialization is doing? So it will load master page related information, themes related information, HTML content, CSS styling, everything will happen. Load. First it will check if that is from post back, then it will take some time for that is not from post back, it will take 2 seconds or 3 seconds extra time if you have very good internet connection. Otherwise it may take half an hour or 30 seconds or 1 minute, 30 minutes, something on based upon your internet speed. Okay, so finally what will happen? Page load will happen. And finally, this is what post back we discussed. And finally, rendering. What is rendering? If you want to render, if you want to redirect from one page to another page, then rendering will happen. And what is unload? So once you are done with your web page, so if you want to close your web page like this, then all the page properties will be unload and the session will be cleared and cleanup activity will be done and complete website unloading will be done. Everything will be under our control. Then what will happen if you again open our website? Then page request will happen, start will happen, installation will happen. This is like continuous process whenever you visit some particular website. This is what page life cycle. Any questions here? Okay, so please note down. We'll see one example for post back also. we'll see that in state management technique. But anyway, you asked me, that's why I'm answering. Session is a successful time taken between a login and logout. So when you log in, the session will start, and we log out, the session will, end. So all those things, we'll see that in what is that? State management techniques. Incognito mode is nothing but if you want to observe your website in safe mode, if you don't want any data from cache, so see what will happen. Like, see, for example, if you go here, so you don't know incognito mode then. So see, for example, if you go to your website history or somewhere, so whatever the recently what I have done, so this group something inbox and all, right? So whatever we have recently visited, all those things will come here. Simple. If I open that in incognito mode, so if I open some facebook.com or something, so this won't track our search history and all. It won't show us in our you know the browser history or something. So this will be like safest mode, and it will be difficult to hack the user. So it won't save the, see, when I open my Facebook here, it is directly coming, but when I open my Facebook in incognito, it is not going to my home page. Okay, this is like a fresh session, and that is like, uh, with all the security and all. So without any caching data, it will directly connect with server and it will provide the data, and so that is secure. Okay.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Okay. So actually my Zoom restarted suddenly. I don't know what happened. So are you guys able to see my screen now? I hope you people done with taking the notes, correct? Okay, fine. Thank you for understanding. Okay, so we'll just go with the postback related property. So we'll quickly go there. Okay, so we'll design one web page and we'll just observe how the postback will work. So and also we can keep that postback property from our web page also. How that will work and all I will just show. So I'm just going with our this 113 website. So I hope everyone practice, everyone worked on that mini project. So how many of you got the output? Please raise your hands. Nine hands raised and who is that 10 also I will check. Santosh, yes, Dilip, yes, Chandrasekhar, Ajay, Ritika, Koteshwar, Ramya, Padmavati, Suresh, Om, Garima, Gopi. What about others? So Wasim also, I think he also done, right, Wasim? You did not raise your hand. What happened? Geeta, Divya, Jay, Kiran, Krishna, Mir Dadima, Rajeshwari, Smita, Saujanya, both Saujanyas, Shravani, Sri Divya, Suhasini. You also got it, right, Suhasini? Swapnil, Durga, Okay, so fine, very good, guys. Keep going. So you have a doubt then. So Wasim, I will check and I will help you today. Okay, Geeta, so please. Okay, Wasim, good. So, okay, good. So please go try to do that and let me know if anyone have any issues. Okay, so now, so we are seeing this post back. What happened? My system is not listening my words like you people only. So from here, this drop down and down. Web form one. I don't know when we create. So what I will do, simple. So first thing, so you people know what is post back, right? So and what is page load also you people know. So now what I will write here, response dot write I am from page load. So when it will come, when page load will come, someone tell me. So whenever user requests the page for first time, then it should come. The second time onwards, it should not come. Okay. So here what is happening here is, so now I will write something here on button click. Response dot write I am from page button. Okay, so here this is what for first time request and this is what our post back request. Okay, so now what will happen? What is the output? What is happening now? We'll see. So page load will happen only once, that is for first time. That should come first time only. But when I click on button, what will happen? I don't know. We'll see now. Okay, so see, by default it came. Yes or no? Now when I click on submit, what will happen? So this one is supposed to be gone, but still we are getting the output from page load also, right? So in order to avoid that, if we set post back property here, if not equal to post back is post back, then please execute this one. Okay, now what will happen? We'll see. The request is for first time or the request for second time now. So we did not request this one. So this is for first time. Now when I click on submit, then the request will resubmit again. That means that is for second time. So then what will happen? That because of post back event, so the first one is gone and only second one is maintaining in the web page. So what is the reason for that? This one is post back. So not equal to is post back means what? If that is not a is post back event, that if that is not a post back event, then only print this one. Otherwise, print that one. Okay. So this is what. Okay, got it. Any questions here? Can I explain again? Do you people catch that one? What happened there? Yes, no, please tell me. So do you people understood the difference? If yes, then I will go for the nodes. Otherwise, I will explain. So just we are checking. See, the first time output and the second time output should differ. Okay. So what will happen the second time onwards, it will take less time to load the controls and all. It will directly see simple. When I open for first time, observe here. How much time it took for loading the page? Some 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So from 5 seconds or 10 seconds. See, it is loading, right? So, but when I click on button, it took 2 seconds. Okay, this is what the post back, whether the page requested first time or more than once or something like, then that is what post back. So how to observe the difference between normal and post back event? So for that reason, I just kept some message in my page load method. So then what happened? So I did not check the post back condition there. Due to that, it maintained both the button output and page load method output. But when I kept this post back property, then what happened? So if it is for first time, then only it is showing this one. When I am calling the button, this output is clearing and it is maintaining only button output. Okay, this is what happened. Got it, Kiran? Okay, so fine. So what we'll do? Yeah, no problem. So just note down the first theory point. Okay, done. No, just note down this one. You're done? So we'll see tomorrow. I will give this notes, remaining notes. Okay, I will explain one more time and we'll see that notes again. Okay, any questions? So please practice that program. So anyone have any questions, please come back to me and just share the screenshot so that I will help you guys. Okay, thank you all for joining. I will meet tomorrow.